So my name is Edwin Nazario. I graduated back in the spring of 2024 in computer engineering. And my first big memory of Dr. Mohammad Shekaramiz was in spring of 2023 when I joined his digital signal processing class. Up to that point, I only talked to him once when I was joining the computer engineering program. He wanted to gauge, if I was good enough, like if he told me if I was good enough, to keep going. And that's all we talked about up to digital signal processing. And so when I joined that class, he was very welcoming, and I know he cared a lot about us. And sorry, I'm just trying to collect my thoughts here. When I joined, his DSP class, the minute that, me, Mason, and Josh, when we walked in, he instantly saw the potential that we could reach. I didn't know it at the time, but he had already looked at our grades at all the classes that we already took, and he was eager to give us a job in his wind turbine project. And so at the end of the second day of class, he told us to stay a little bit, and he told us that he looked over our grades, he talked to other professors, and he really liked us and wanted us to join his wind turbine project. And I was taken aback, and I was like, really, me? I had pretty good grades, but besides that, I didn't really believe in myself. I thought I wasn't capable of joining a research project, doing research. I heard a lot about how hard research could be, so I was like, I don't think I could do this, And after a bit of pressuring from him and Josh and Mason, I decided to join the wind turbine project. And I know how everyone talks about him, how he pushed us academically, but he also had a heart. He cared about his students in terms of our mentality and also our physicality. What I mean by that is he tried to push us as hard as we can, but if he noticed that we were exhausted or if we just looked like we were having a good day, he would stop and ask if we were all right. And a big memory of that I have is back in June of 2023, if you ever noticed Dr. Shekaramiz mentioning that one of his students crashed one of his drones, that was me. And the small DJI Mini 3 Pro drone. I was trying to take pictures of a new data set that we were collecting to be able to run our algorithms and models. And it was a pretty windy day. I was really stressed since this data set, we had many groups that wanted to use this data set, so I was really pressed to get these pictures done on time. And I guess I just lapsed in judgment and decided to approach the wind turbine when a huge gust of wind decided to push the drone into the wind turbine. And so what I didn't tell Shekaramiz is that that was the first time that it crashed, and the drone was all right. I lapsed in judgment again and decided to, continue taking pictures even though I'm super stressed. I already crashed the drone the first time, and again, it crashed into the turbine. And this time I wasn't as fortunate. The camera on the Mini 3 Pro ended up breaking. And so I was like, oh, yikes. This camera is probably pretty expensive. I think it turned out to be like $400, which if you're a college student, that's a lot of money. And I was pretty nervous to tell Shekaramiz because I knew I had to be accountable for my actions. And so I brought the drone down to his office. I think Dr. Masoom was there talking with the Shekaramiz about the wind turbine project, and I told Dr. Shekaramiz that I broke the drone camera, I was really sorry, and all that. And the first thing he asked if I was all right. And that took me aback a bit. He didn't care that his $900 drone just crashed into a turbine. He wasn't mad at me. He was worrying about my safety. And so that's a pretty big memory of Dr. Shekaramiz, and I'd like to say my condolences to his family. He was a pretty great man, and he pushed me a lot. He cared about my mental health, my physical health, but also he wanted to make sure that I succeeded academically. And thanks to him, I just recently finished my first semester at the University of Utah, and I'm currently studying I'm currently studying computer engineering with an emphasis in signal processing. Master program, yes. And I didn't think I'd like signal processing at all. I think it's one of the hardest fields in electrical and computer engineering, but thanks to Dr. Shekaramiz, digital signal processing and wireless communications is something I want to do with my life now. And also thanks to him, I also got a part-time position at a company called Rapid Reboot working on their PCBs.